What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Chrissy Chaos. What a week it's been. Thank God the election's over. We don't have to talk about it anymore. We will not talk about it. It doesn't matter. I wanted to get back to just having episodes with my friends. And make no mistake, I brought in one of the funniest guys in the world. Actually, a guy who the very first commercial I've ever did, and to be honest with you, probably the only commercial I've ever done. I got lucky in the first 6 months, and then I just haven't got one since. But it's the one, the only, JB Smoove.
Woo, what up, Chris?
Woo! I mean, looking amazing. Got the hat on, got the boots on, got the jacket.
Come on, man. We gotta show up. We gotta show up. You
Bro,
gotta show up all the time for people.
That's why I put a hat on. Because I came, I met you outside in front of my house. You're looking spectacular. I got bedhead. I said, you know what? The least I could do is throw a hat on.
Man, see, you got hair.
Yeah.
Your hair is your hat.
Right.
People forget about that.
Who's a better bald guy than you? Is there anybody better?
There's a few out there. There's a few good ones, legendary ones. You know
Right.
what I mean? A lot of Samuel Jackson. He ain't got no damn hair.
Right.
You know.
MJ, Michael Jordan.
Jordan, man, he probably did do that, bring the bald head back.
Yeah.
But one of the original ones,
Right.
Isaac Hayes. Come on now.
When Britney Spears shaved her head, she was pretty good bald.
She moved up the ladder.
Yes.
If it was top 10, she moved up the ladder somewhere up there.
Yeah. Top 10, baby. I mean, dude, it's just the thing about JB is when we did this Nike commercial with Carmelo Anthony in 2013. It was December of 2013. Man. I had just started comedy in like 2010. And so we had the same manager at the time, and JB got the commercial, and with Carmelo Anthony, and then to credit to my manager, the great Rick Dorfman, shout out Rick Dorfman, he told Carmelo and the creatives, you know what, it would be fun to have another guy in this commercial, another comedian in this commercial with JB, and I got just the guy. And then they put me in the commercial, and what I learned about comedy and just life that day is that when no matter what you're doing, what I observed from JB is he took over the room with positive energy. So no matter what you're doing, if you just stay ultra positive, even if you're not feeling that positive that day, you come in, big smiles, positive energy, and I just watched this whole room connect to someone, and I said, okay, so that's what I got to do. Yeah, I got to be like that as much as I can, because I just saw you were attracting positive. People were attracted to you because of the positive energy of who you were.
I'm telling you, man. Look, positive energy. You gotta like push the negative stuff away and out your way. You know what I mean? You ever heard people who hate bad energy, so they'll buy a new home or they get a new office space and they get some sage and light some sage and walk around the house with the sage. You know what I'm doing? A line of cigars with sage in them.
Yes.
So people could keep the hell away from me. See, when I'm smoking my cigar, ain't no negative energy around me.
Perfect.
I just rebuke you.
I
just rebuke you. I'm gonna call it a cigar rebuke.
That's it. Rebuke
your ass.
I like that. That's why. See, my
cigars.
My girl.
It's gonna be rolled with. That's not a whole lot. That's a hint of sage to keep your dumb ass away from me. See?
Rebuke cigars, dude. That's what. See, I'm with. Actually, here we got the commercial right here.
Look at this. Pull it up. There we go.
We're gonna miss the game. No, we're not. We're gonna miss the game. Stay calm. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
What? I don't know these people.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes first.
You want me to close my eyes first?
Close yours first.
Fine.
Then I'll close mine.
Okay, they're closed. We're at the garden.
No, we're not. We're stuck in the tunnel.
Shh. We're at the garden. 5 seconds left. Knicks are down by 1.
Down by 1. I can't stay calm if we're down by 1 point.
Melo's got the ball.
You feel good now? I'm floating.
Yeah.
What a great campaign. What a great campaign. Come on now.
Dude.
Real Knicks fans, man.
Real Knicks fans, and it's funny because every time JB and I see each other, he always does. He goes, Melo. He did it outside. And you know what's awesome about that is that was because we got that was my first time ever working on like a subway and doing that. Now I know all the movies and TV shows they film, they're never really on the subway. They got a subway museum in Brooklyn, and they make it look like the subway.
Put the people on there, get somebody to pee on it, make it feel like a real train.
Hell
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody eating food on the train, they shouldn't be eating no food on the train anyway. But somebody eating food on the train, somebody pissed already. You know what I mean? Throw a few, it's just people moving and shaking, trying to get to work.
Yeah.
You build that around a scene and it comes to life.
Yeah. And JB is one of those guys. It wasn't like, because obviously he was the star of the commercial. It wasn't, oh, all right, action, now I'm on. It was just, we were doing that the whole time.
We came into, You gotta come into it already in
Yes.
character. So we were those dudes. We ate lunch as those dudes. We walked around as those dudes. Because you gotta feel it. You know what? We were selling the product and we were selling ourselves also, loving the product, loving Mellow.
Right.
You know, and that right there, that's not even scripted stuff. We're just having fun.
That's it.
I don't remember a script. We just was like, here's the idea.
Yeah.
And we took it and we just had fun with it and we just bonded real quick.
Well,
we just made it work.
I could tell by my chin in that photo. Those are my drinking days. So I was probably secretly actively drunk on set, just trying to mask the pain. But now the boy's chin is back. No alcohol, folks. Besides Vito. Vito sometimes gets me to drink tequila. And by the way, folks, of course, we do have in the backgrounds, we have John the Father Grady, Vito Baby Mouth Calise. They're both in the background. John the Father always loves the Latino women. His last girlfriend didn't speak any English. And then Vito, we call him baby teeth because his baby teeth never came in on the back. He's a fully grown man, but his baby teeth are still in the back. So
I love it, man.
That's what it is.
Love it.
New York,
he didn't even get his wisdom teeth yet. I love it. I love it.
He's 32 years old, and one day they'll come in.
He'll come in one day.
Thank you.
See, that's the thing. JB's a New York guy. In New York, we have characters. We have personalities. We have characters. There's something about growing up here, no matter what part of the New York City area you grew up in, we just got characters, and the people love that. Like, you're just a character.
You got to be a character. You know, I tell people all the time, we do stand up, but you know, not are we just selling our jokes and things we do. We're selling ourselves.
Yeah.
We're salesmen. Comedians are salesmen. I'm a salesman, man.
Hell yeah.
I sell myself before anything. I got to sell myself to you. I
Right.
make you comfortable. Let you put your head down. Let you relax. You know what I mean? I want you sitting there acting stuck up and just like stressed out. I want you loose and free. I want you to hear what I'm saying to you. I want you to be captivated by the premise sometimes. And so we are walking premises.
That's it.
Forget about that. We are the premise.
I am the premise.
We walk in the room, people put a smile, and they put the smile or smirk.
That's it.
Smirk. Like that this side of the mouth go up a little bit like
yeah.
This dude right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This dude right here.
Yeah.
This dude right here. My dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That shows your product is selling.
Bro.
You didn't even say nothing yet.
And you already, because JB, you're a guy, because even if I didn't know you, I would walk past JB with a beautiful coat on, the hat, the boots. I would walk past and I'd say, I would remember you for the rest of the day. I would go home and tell my family, I said, kids, sit down. I saw a guy today, he looked like he was from the past and the future at the same time.
Wait, if you don't carry yourself like that, I know I'm from the past. Do you know my real first name and real middle name?
I don't think anybody in the world does. We just know you as JB Smoove. But tell us the real
this is gonna
name.
blow your mind. My real first name and my real middle name. My real first name is Jerry. My real middle name is Angelo.
Ooh.
So some people call me Jerry Angelo. Now Jerry Angelo is a different dude from JB Smoove.
Yes.
Jerry Angelo, he demands respect.
Yes.
On that, put some respect on my name. When you say Jerry Angelo,
yes.
I turn around, I react differently.
Sure.
Because that's a grown ass man name right there. That's a grown ass, respectful ass name.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I was white, I would be in Italy, Italiano or something like that.
You'd be
you
a
know
mob
what I mean?
boss.
I'd be a mob boss. Jerry Angelo.
Yeah.
Hey, the boss wants to see you. Come on, he wants to talk to you. Jerry Angelo has some words for you. See?
Right.
Jerry Angelo, if someone said, I got my buddy Jerry Angelo coming over, sit on down, he wants to talk to you, you would think somebody totally different would walk through that door.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Totally different. Not me. Somebody totally different. Jerry Angelo just sounds worldly. It's a worldly ass name.
Yeah.
You know?
Jerry Angelo comes in, I would tell my girls, hey, stand up straight. I would have on a suit. I would tell Vito and John to clean their shit up.
Jerry Angelo's
here.
Yeah, that's my real first name and middle name.
That's wild. What's the last? The last name's not Smoove.
My last name is Brooks.
Brooks. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
So how did JB Smoove come? When did you think of it?
I've been JB forever, but the Smoove came about. I used to be a hip hop dancer. Yeah. I used to be in it's crazy. I used to be in a skate crew, a roller skating crew. I used to be in a dance crew. And I used to be in a pop lock crew. All three. And that's how we grew up. I grew up in the heyday of hip hop. So for me, even before I was old enough to even going to clubs, man, had a fake ID from Times Square. Times Square had this arcade on the corner of 40 Deuce and Broadway. You can go in there and get anything you want, man. IDs, fake ass passports. You can go around the world as another person back then. Wow. back then you didn't need to show no ID to get on no plane.
Hell no.
Remember back in the days? I don't know if you remember these days, but back in the days you didn't need nothing. One time I got on a plane with my when they first started getting some identification, I got on a plane one time with my damn headshot. I said, see, this is me. I had the headshot next to my face like this, see? This is me right here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's how it was back then. Back then it was different, man.
Yeah.
Travel was different. Everything changed after, hijackings and all kind of crazy
Yeah.
stuff started happening. Everything changed.
Yeah.
But I remember back in the day traveling, doing comedy shows, man, going on the road and stuff like that. And man, you had to have that. You had to have something. One time I remember you needed nothing, but then you needed something. You needed ID at least, but it wasn't as strict.
No.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like this, how it is now, of course. But man, I remember I got on the plane. I forgot my wallet. I said, I'm me. I'm me. I said, all I got is a headshot. And I said, I saw like this. And she said, okay, just go ahead.
Just go ahead.
Let's go ahead. Let's
Didn't
go ahead.
matter. Yeah, because here's the thing, man. People might not know, the fans watching at home, about JB is, by the time you got introduced to all of the world with Curb Your Enthusiasm, you were already grinding at comedy for 20 years, and the comedians knew who you were, and you had the respect of them.
Yeah.
But the mass public didn't know who you were. So sometimes people think. I remember a friend of mine who's a big Curb Your Enthusiasm fan. He was like, "Oh, I guess JB, did he start comedy around Curb Your Enthusiasm?" And I almost gave him a backhand. I almost treated him like Jerry Angelo. I said,
people
20
don't
years he's been in the
understand.
game, my friend.
You gotta really watch TV. And look, when I tell you, if I go back, I did. The first thing I ever did was I did short attention span theater when Comedy Central first started.
Mm-hmm.
I did a bunch of movies for Louis C.K. His first movies. I did what else did I do? Oh, I did Apartment 2. Was it Apartment 2F or was it? It was a pilot with the Scar Brothers. I was on MTV, first pilot they ever did ever, and I did that show. Now I did a lot of firsts, shows that were brand new. I did Comic Kazi. Remember Comic Kazi?
I just remember watching it. Yeah.
Comic Kazi. I was on Comic Kazi.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's old school. Comic Kazi is, I'm talking about, man, that's like fresh face JB, like barely had a mustache.
That was almost Jerry Angelo.
That's Jerry Angelo, man.
Right.
It's crazy, but I did a lot of firsts, so I got a chance to really, really, really be a part of this upswing of comedy again, because we all remember, of course, our favorites, priors to, all these amazing guys who started Eddie and Jerry Seinfeld. It's a whole lot of George Carlin and everybody who we were fans of, and that's me talking as a 58-year-old guy. I was a big fan of a lot of people, so I got an opportunity to do a lot of firsts. I was only one of 3 people to do stand up on the Chris Rock show when he had his HBO show, So I say that because you do things in this metropolitan area of New York that you're kind of in a bubble. You're in a bubble in New York, So you do enough stuff up to a certain point in New York, and then you got to make that transition to be, more recognizable face. You move to LA and do stuff like that. But even before I got on Curb, you're absolutely right. Before I got on Curb, I was SNL. I was a writer on SNL.
Yeah, because
before that, I had done like 3 pilots I was on 3 pilots of other TV shows and did a lot of cool stuff. I'm just happy. I was on Cedric's sketch show.
Right.
I did Lyricist Lounge show. One day I was doing a radio show. I was on tour, and the radio host pulled out my IMDb, and he started from the top and started naming stuff. And I said, "Damn, I forgot about that."
Yeah.
And it made me really, really sit still and say, "Wow, I'm gonna take these blessings because wow, to be a part of that era of comedy and then transition into the speed of the world today and still try to remain relevant." But I'm kind of happy. There's really something cool, Chris. I'm gonna tell you this. This is an old Jack telling you something to a new Jack. There's something really cool about. People say smell the roses and stuff like that. There's something really cool about the era that I started in. The speed of the world today is different. You have to know how that feels to appreciate it. You know what I mean? How it felt to hop in your car and just drive to Florida for a show. That's crazy. But your love and hunger for it was so different.
Do you guys not have time to prepare a complete balanced meal? Well, guess who has you covered? HUEL, baby. This podcast sponsored by HUEL, HUEL, the world's #1 complete nutrition brand trusted by millions. Head to HUEL.com now to place your first order of this ultra-convenient, nutritionally competent meal. Whether it's for busy mornings, late night, or powering through a hectic schedule, HUEL's ready-to-drink meals are the easiest way to get all the nutrition you need in seconds. And right now, you can try it for 15% off using my exclusive code CHAOS. Here it is. This is the HUEL Chocolate Black Edition, nutritionally complete, ready-to-drink meal. Let's get this first sip going. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. It really actually is awesome. Oh, this is good. 27 vitamins and minerals, 35 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber. I love it. This is like literally a complete meal. That's good. I like that. I like this black. Ooh, that's awesome, actually. Like really genuinely good. Do not put alcohol in it. Do not put alcohol in it. HUEL is also incredibly affordable. High protein meals, less than $5. It's a budget-friendly option that I'm genuinely excited about. They genuinely taste amazing. Truly. I mean, I'm not messing around. Like, that tastes awesome. You don't believe me? Take the leap and join the community of HUELigans with this exclusive offer. 15% off with the code CHAOS at HUEL.com. That's 15% off with the code CHAOS at HUEL.com. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with HUEL. Nutritionally complete meals in minutes so you can focus on what really matters. Listen, with all the holiday get-togethers and parties and all that coming up, feeling and smelling your best is a must. Now, more than ever, you need a routine that keeps me energized and smelling great all season long. That's why I like Jack Black deodorant. I mean, this one, Pit Boss. I mean, look, dude, first of all, here, I got one pre-opened already. This is the Blue Midnight. It literally, dude, it smells. I'm going to put some on right now. It smells so good. This is literally one of the, I've told you about this, how great I think this deodorant is. I put it on my balls. You're not supposed to, by the way. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to only put this on your armpits. But, you know, I mean, you're not going to tell me what I can and can't do with my own deodorant because I think it smells really good and I want to just smell good everywhere at all times. I love getting gifts for the people I love. I really, really, really do. But the best gift you could probably give me and the best gift you could give a loved one, Jack Black deodorant. Get this, dude, get this Blue Midnight Pit Boss. This is awesome. I mean, you've smelled this before, Vito, right? Dude, it's you use it? Yeah.
Now I do.
Yeah. Podcast is sponsored by Jack Black. Jack Black offers a full line of men's products for every need, from cleaning to moisturizing to beard care, so you can treat yourself to some luxury right at home. And just in time for the holidays, Jack Black's gifting sets are available so I can be well-groomed for the holidays. Nobody wants a stinky-ass motherfucker around the holidays. So you want to be smelling good. You want to be smelling right. I use Jack Black today. I mean, I've used it right now. I used it this morning. Jack Black sent me the gifting set, and I love all the products, especially my favorite is this Blue Midnight Pit Boss. That's what I like. My dad's already got a few in his bag. Here's the thing. The quality of this Jack Black stuff is unbeatable. Like a lot of other times, you put deodorant on, it gets all over your shirt. It's like crusty. It's like dingleberries on your armpit hair. Not this. This is smooth, smells good, and it just lasts. And they're really good for holiday stocking stuffers. I mean, what's better than this than putting this little puppy in a stocking stuffer, right? That's what it is. And of course, for listening to this podcast, you're going to get a great discount. This holiday season, if you want simple, effective products that help you look your best, what you need is Jack Black. Head to getjackblack.com/chaos and use the code chaos for 10% off your first order. Once again, that's getjackblack.com/chaos for 10% off, and make sure you use my promo code chaos so they know I sent you.
You say to yourself, I was saying to myself, I figured it out. I'm going to go down there and do this show first, and then I'm going to work my way back to New York. But while I'm coming back, I'm going to just make phone calls. I'm going to stop at every comedy club, every comedy night I can, all the way back home. I would go down to Florida, do Tallahassee or whatever. I was in Tallahassee one time to do a show, and then when I'm in Tallahassee, a guy called me and said, yo, from Miami. He said, what? Heard you in Tallahassee, JB. You want to pick some extra money up? I said, yeah, how much you got? I mean, look, on a scale of things now, it wasn't nothing.
Right.
To be honest. It was like 3 shows, $800 or something like that.
Yeah.
But back then, it was money.
Yeah.
Man, I drove from Tallahassee through the Everglades.
Oh,
In my damn red Grand Am.
yeah.
No damn the air conditioner broke. Something happened to the air conditioner. It wasn't working no more. Man, I drove through the Everglades, man. It was roasting.
Yeah.
I opened every window.
Yeah.
Yo, I took all my clothes off and I drove in my boxers and my sneakers. And I had my baseball hat on backwards. I'm like this, man. I'm just riding. Yo, I am drenched. Like the heat was coming through the roof of the car.
Yeah.
I said, yo, I'm on fire. And I'm driving through the Everglades and they tell you, hey, they'll tell you, look, man, get gas right here. They'll put signs up.
Yeah.
3 or 4 or 5 miles before you go through the Everglades. Look, the sign says like last gas, 3 miles away. Look, we gonna remind you, there ain't no more gas. And then the next line say, fuck around, lay around. You know, then another one will say, hey man, we told you 3 times already. Yeah. Last gas coming up now. And then another sign will say, you did hit me right when I said 5 miles ago that it's the last gas, right?
Yeah.
Signs just keep getting worse.
Yeah, because you do not want to run out of gas in the Everglades, bro.
Everglades, man.
Alligators, bro.
Alligators. I'm riding through that bad boy like, yo, I'm in the Everglades, yo.
Yeah.
And I drove all the way to Miami, did my shows there, and then I left in the middle of the night after I got off stage. It was pouring down rain, and I said, yo, if I leave now, there won't be no popo out there because they hate pulling people over in the downpour like this.
100%.
So I left right after my show, off stage. Peace, y'all. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I had my luggage in the trunk already. I drove all the way. I didn't stop till I stopped probably once to get gas. I drove all the way to freaking south of the border.
Wow.
The North Carolina, South Carolina borderline, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to try to get up there because I didn't want to drive in the total heat.
No.
So I said, man, it's cool. I drove all the way up there and I just booked shows.
Yeah.
Got on the phone and booked shows all the way back to New York.
Right.
I might have did 6, 7 shows all the way back.
Right.
Different cities.
Right.
That's how we did it back then.
Because it did it, and then the work ethic. But what that tells me is that work ethic was inside you from the beginning.
Because it's a different kind of hunger.
Right.
Because it was still limited.
Yeah.
You got to remember, now, when Def Comedy Jam dropped, everybody wanted all the comedians.
Yeah.
They wanted comedians. When Comedy Central dropped, they wanted all the comedians.
Right.
When all these shows started dropping, all the comedians started getting mad work. Everybody.
Right.
Comedy became this thing.
Right.
It became this thing, man. And man, I just know that it's an appreciation for that era. You know, everything you could think of. You know, you got to realize no cell phones, no nothing.
Right.
You had to pull over, make a phone call every single time you had an issue.
Right. Because for me, like what I always think about what I want to ask you about is like, you know, because as a comic, you know, I was a fan of comedy. Of course, we all knew, all the comedians knew who JB Smoove was. We saw you on Def Jam and all these things. But, you know, my mom and the public didn't really find out about you in the major way. They know your first and last name from Curb Your Enthusiasm. So you were already doing comedy for so long. So I wanted to ask, like, when you first got on Curb Your Enthusiasm, there must have been a part of you that was like, oh, for years you must have been thinking this is as known as I'll ever be. You didn't even know that it was really these next 20 years were going to be the years that defined you to the public.
I think what happens is your demographics start to change. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Although I did a lot of stuff, I do think that there's something to, you know, different projects, different demographics, they start to come into play.
Right.
So even though people thought I was somebody new, I was somebody that had been around for a long time. But for some reason, I like being in the cut.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the sooner you get it is the sooner you lose it sometimes. I feel like people get exhausted with you, or you get lost somehow, or the time you became huge wasn't the right time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And do you have longevity?
Right.
Because as a comic, I know comics that come and go. I know plenty of people who I started with who I was like, man, this dude, who I was like, in awe, like, oh my God, this dude's the greatest. He's so goddamn funny. But then they disappear. Right. I'm like, what happened to so-and-so? What happened to so-and-so? So there's really something to the tortoise and the hare.
Right.
There's something to it. I think there's a way of putting your career on cruise control, because I do think there's an appreciation for it different. It's appreciated differently. I always feel like you're held on a pedestal, you're in a spotlight. So in a spotlight, things are different. People are gonna love you or they're gonna hate you. You know, and I think that determines your longevity, the things that you appreciate. You still want to be able to live as a person and not be seen as everybody's product.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There's something to that.
Well, longevity, I think you saying that because that's the truth. It's
Yeah.
like there's a respect. If you're still here 20 years later in this game and whatever you're doing, there's a major respect to that. And now you're like 30 years into this comedy game, and now you probably have the most respect and adoration you've ever had, which a lot of comics, that's very difficult to do. Like you said, they get hot the first 10 years in, 15 years in, and then they fade off, where yours just kind of kept getting bigger.
Look,
so that's a
I
testament to you.
You can be the loudest person in the room with the quietest career because there's something about that movement. When you show up, you show up. People won't forget about you.
Right.
When you're in the moment with them, however you leave them, however you meet them and how you leave them is what they're going to remember you.
Yes.
Right? That's how they remember you by.
Right.
They can only judge you by your presence and how you treated them.
That's it.
Right? Starting back then, it allows you to have that appreciation because I feel like you connect different. Because here's another thing. When you're building something, I'm not saying we built it, but I think that era, it was just like this heyday. And I feel like it kind of coincides with the heyday of hip hop to me. Because there really is a heyday for everything.
Right.
I really do feel like there's a heyday for everything. And I feel like storytelling comes from your life and everything you've ever been through. And I think people they're captivated by stories that they're not privy to.
Right.
Things they would never be exposed to.
Right.
And it's just something really cool about that era, man. I just feel like, because now we're in this age now where whatever is a popular thing to say or a popular thing to do is what everybody does. You know what I mean?
Right.
But there's still a core of comics who kind of stick to what they do.
Right.
And I think that is a thing that I always wanted to. I just want to be me, and I want to sell me repeatedly.
Right.
I want a product that can continuously sell.
Yeah.
Over and over again because it works.
Right.
It works.
Well, it works because you are who you truthfully are. You're not trying to be someone because the algorithm wants you to be. We had Louis C.K. on the podcast, and that was his advice to me. He said, right now the hot thing in comedy is crowd work. He was like, now, if you want to do crowd work, do crowd work. He goes, but if you don't want to do crowd work, then do not do crowd work. Because what's going to happen is, even if you force yourself to do the crowd work and it gets really popular, then what's going to happen is fans are going to come buy tickets to see your show, and they're going to expect crowd work, but you're not going to give them crowd work because that's not really what you want to do. You want to do your material. He said, so whatever
the trends are,
put it out. Put whatever you want to do out, and then don't worry about the trends.
Yeah, because what happens is
They'll change.
nothing better than getting an audience that came specifically
Right.
to see what you do. Look at a restaurant. You got a restaurant, right? It made this amazing. What's a great Italian dish?
I like fettuccine Alfredo.
They make an amazing fettuccine Alfredo, right?
Yeah.
And then you
With garlic
can
bread.
go to that bad boy every week because you love how they make it. They change one ingredient. You be like, oh man, can I talk for a minute? What's going on with this? It don't taste the same as it normally tastes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the previous chef left, so we were trying to, keep up and try to make it as close to how you used to make it.
Yeah.
This ain't it.
Yeah.
This ain't it. I like how you had it. You know what I mean? And I think that's what people gravitate towards.
Right.
You know what? When people love what you do and they love your style, when they say first 10 minutes is gratis.
Yeah.
First 10 minutes, they just want to lean forward and be like, oh,
Yeah.
and elbow their friend, man, I love this
Yeah.
dude. I love this dude right here, man. I love this dude, man.
Right.
First 10 minutes, you're talking about nothingness.
Yeah.
Because you just want to make sure they know you here.
Yeah.
They just you smiling and they just love it.
Yeah.
How you doing? Like, I'm doing good, man. I'm good, JB. You
Yeah.
know, or whatever it is. I'm good, Chris.
Yeah.
You want that. Then you get to your set or whatever. But
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, you know, when you guys go see JB Smoove, he's probably sold out at Town Hall this Thursday in New York City. But if you want to go scalp some tickets, get out there this Thursday. It's very interesting what you say, because the first few minutes, this is what happens at comedy shows. The first 5-10 minutes, when you as popular as JB, they're gonna love him no matter what he says. But then after a while, they get used to. They're comfortable. Oh, I'm in the room with JB Smoove, and then
let's go.
then his talent as a comedian has to shine through, because you could make no mistake, no matter how famous you are, even the great Jerry Seinfeld. If you don't come with those jokes after 10 minutes, you'll start bombing. Your crowd, they paid to see you, will start looking at you, being like,
settle in, let them
"Man."
enjoy you, let them breathe the air you breathing, and let's party.
That's it.
Let's party, man. And there's something really cool about that. That means you got your specific audience. They want that fettuccine Alfredo, baby. They want that fettuccine Alfredo.
Yummy.
And it's a world you have built around your personality, around your work ethic. There's a thing that a thing that you have with them.
Yeah.
And that becomes their night with you.
The rapport.
It really is a rapport, man. And you know, we're in this room together.
Yeah.
We're sharing the laughs together.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I can't even repeat in my next show, because we're in this room.
Yeah.
And just this is it's about you right now. It's about you. It's about you.
Yeah.
Having a good time and enjoying your time with me.
And being in
vice versa, you know?
Being in that moment, because it's always fleeting. This game is up and down all the time. I remember there was one year where I was pretty much the house MC at Caroline's.
Yeah.
At Caroline's Comedy Club, which isn't there anymore. I would open for everybody. Louis Ferranda would just have me open. And in the same year, Curb Your Enthusiasm, my favorite show. In the same year, I opened for JB, Susie Essman, Jeff Garland, and I opened up and Richard Lewis. R.I.P. Richard Lewis opened up for all these guys. And I remember like going through that year, and in the beginning of the year, this is what happens in comedy when you start to compare yourself. In the beginning of that year, I was just so excited. I was like, I can't believe I'm near these people who are my favorite show, blah, blah, blah. But then you start to get used to who you are. And then by the end, it was like, oh, I'm opening up for all these people, but man, how come I don't have any opportunity, whatever? And that's why it's good to have friends and family around you who are not yes men, who just remind you. Where, you know, my good friend, who's also a big Curb Enthusiasm fan, says, remember 5 years ago, bro, they wouldn't even let you in Caroline's. Now you were close to all your favorite TV show characters and got to open for them and get to know them and watch them work. It's nothing but a blessing, man. And you're like, wow, because so many of our peers get wrapped up in that comparison game where they're forgetting what an honor it is just to be doing this. But they're like, how come I don't have what so and so has? And that's a dangerous game.
I never ever gauge myself against anybody.
No.
Because I know that there are younger comics who are, influenced by watching you and talking to you and all that stuff, man, that comes along with this responsibility that we have, not just towards our own success, but towards the success of our industry and what we present to people. We're therapists. We're all these things to people. And if you can respect that and know that you're giving people something that makes them happy, it puts your career in a different perspective. You look at it different.
Yeah.
If you look at it like that, man, if you only look at it as your success and you the man, or you just want to be, the hell with everybody else who follows me, hell with everybody else who's in front of me on stage, I never have ever looked at it like that. I look at it like we're here for them. And some comics make it a competition in what they do, and I never make it a competition. I just move very quietly. You know what I mean? All the things that I do. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't even telegraph anything I do. I just let it pop up.
Right.
I let a commercial pop up. I let a TV show pop up. I let a movie pop up. But sometimes, what am I gaining from just like bragging about something I'm doing?
And I
it's
noticed
a job. People, I really put it in a job category.
Yeah.
I really do, man. We're blessed, man, to be able to do this, and I really put it in.
Yeah.
And it's just work, and I let people know this ain't the lottery. This is real work that goes into what we do.
Yeah.
And I think that you have to sell that.
KiWiCo, oh, KiWiCo, oh, how I love my KiWiCo. You know me, I'm Chrissy KiWiCo. You know I am probably the biggest proponent of this product of any other podcast you listen to. I have little kids. My kids absolutely love KiWiCo. They love when these design kits get sent to our door. We get them once a month. I mean, dude, they build volcanoes. They build pinball machines. They build all kinds of things, headphones. And I learn along with them. And it's easy, follow step by step. If you want to get your kid off their device, off their iPhone, their iPad, their tablet, this is what it is. I'm telling you, KiWiCo is launching. It's one of the best products, I think, of our lifetime. I love KiWiCo. It's all designed. It's what I love about it too. It's not only it's designed and engineered, it's designed by scientists and engineers, but it gets approved by kids. So the kids test it first before it gets out into the marketplace. That's awesome. It's more than just a crate, dude. KiWiCo, first of all, you can now become a KiWiCo club member, so you can get kind of in this lifelong journey of fun. Even if you're an adult, dude, go back to being a kid again. Get some KiWiCo crafts. KiWiCo club members get amazing perks like 10% off orders, free shipping in the US, and early access to new crates. Okay, everything in life now is subscription-based, so is KiWiCo. Your child can discover cool science and art concepts with fun, hands-on projects delivered monthly. Seriously fun projects that are built to last, okay? KiWiCo Club encourages kids to be creative, bold, curious, and persistent through hands-on play and projects. With KiWiCo, kids can discover how they can build and take their skills to the next level and innovate. And of course, for being a loyal listener to this podcast, you are always going to get a discount. That's what we love most about this, about these sponsors coming on. Not only is it a great product, they always give you a discount. All you got to do is use my promo code. So right now, you can get up to 50% off your first crate at KiWiCo.com, promo code chaos. That's up to 50% off your first crate at KiWiCo.com, promo code chaos. Tinker, create, and innovate with KiWiCo. Guys, ChristyComedy.com, brand new stand-up coming at you. My shows November 15th and 16th, Salt Lake City, all sold out. November 22nd, 23rd, Madison, Wisconsin. There's a few tickets left, but that's almost sold out. December 13th, 14th, Phoenix, Arizona, stand-up live. Those tickets are starting to really move now, Papi, so get them. December 28th to the 31st, Miami Improv in Doral, Florida. Miami Improv, go get those ticket wikis. And now we've just added February 14th and 15th, Cobb's Comedy Club, San Francisco. Come celebrate Valentine's Day with me. And that's also NBA All-Star Weekend. So if you're going to plan the trip to come out there and see your boy, come now, ChristyComedy.com. Also go to patreon.com/ChristyComedy or patreon.com/HistoryHyenas. History Hyenas are back every Thursday. And then this pod every Tuesday, but ChristyComedy.com. Tiki Wiki's brand new stand-up. And also youtube.com/ChristyComedy. I'm putting out a new 10 to 20 minutes of stand-up every single week. It's that week's material. So youtube.com/ChristyComedy. And please keep coming out to my shows. I really love seeing everyone there. And I love you. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. One thing, too, I know from being around you, you know, for all these years is you, and I don't know what it is internally, but externally, you don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. You just show up, you have a positive attitude, you do your homework, and then you kind of roll with it, which I think is like a key to life, is to kind of, you treat everything gently. You're like, everything is not make or break for you every minute of the day, but there's a lot of people that walk around with that energy all day and you don't. You're like, even when we were speaking before the show, you're like, oh, you know, I'm going to work on town hall, I'm just going to get up there and be free with it, and you're going to kill, and that's how you roll, and that's how you operate. Where, like, because you just understand that not everything is make or break, and you just roll every day.
You have to, man.
Yeah.
Because you also, we're always in a learning space.
Right.
Because human nature is something that we have to always recognize. We got to always recognize the climate we're in, the tendencies, the energy, all these different things we have to constantly keep on recognizing, because how do we keep up with the world? We all know we have this PC thing. Everybody wants you to be PC. Nobody wants comics to talk about certain things anymore. That's a hot topic right now. And it's how does the comedian continue to thrive and continue to make people happy if we're being constantly judged by sometimes folks who don't even go to comedy clubs.
Most times.
Which is weird to me, if you don't like comedy clubs, don't go to comedy clubs.
Right.
If cigar smoke bothers you, don't go to a cigar bar.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
if alcohol and people drunk, like touching your shoulder all the time and hugging you,
Yeah.
and their breath smell like alcohol, do not go to a bar.
Yeah. Do
You
not
know
come
what
to
I
my
mean?
Christmas party.
Do not. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, I know, man, and I think it's one of those things where I feel like with comedy and like how successful you've been able to be at it. I really think it's even like beyond comedy. Even the fans who are listening who aren't comedians, it's just literally showing up and being positive every day. I know to some of my we got some real blue collar fans might be like, that shit sounds weak, Chris. You sound weak right now. No, I'm telling you, dude. If you go, just be positive every day. Of course, we're human beings. We're not robots. There's things that are going to bother us, whatever. But when you're coming out in public and you just have a positive, high energy. I mean, the hug that JB gave me outside was like a 2-minute hug. I loved it. I felt better already.
Man.
I felt better already. And I've had a slight fever today, so now you might have one too. But no, I'm kidding.
No, you're right. Now,
Yeah.
look, there's a balance that you got to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not that I don't get in people's ass once in a while, but there's a way of giving people information so they can carry their day on different. Or next time I see you, you'll know that's not how you're supposed to act towards people. I
Right.
give people criticism and advice all the time.
Right.
Because it don't affect me.
Right.
It's affecting you.
Right.
I'm just giving you what I'm seeing
Right.
from you that I think you need to adjust a little bit so people can gravitate towards you and not want to be around you. I mean, I'll give people, believe me, I'll give people honest opinion about how you carrying yourself and what you're doing.
Yeah.
Or what kind of threw me off a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's not being negative, and that's still being positive within a negative space.
Yeah.
You let people know that what you're doing ain't gonna affect me, but
Right.
it might affect somebody else who ain't as thick-skinned.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just
Yeah.
trying to make sure you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
before somebody else tells you,
Right.
and it becomes more than what it should be.
Yeah.
But I can post Mike to the side in a minute.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you for a minute.
Right.
I'll pull a cat to the side in a minute, man. Say, yo, I like what you're doing, but yo, adjust that a little bit because I noticed someone look at you kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that you don't decrease your circle. You want your circle to embrace you.
Yeah.
So I give people advice all the time, but I'm a hard ass on
Right.
people because I know because of what I've been through and all the things I've already seen, I just know energy and I know the pace of things that are different right now.
Yeah.
People seem to step on toes and burn bridges more freely right now, and they don't understand that you're in it for the long haul.
Yo, yeah.
You're in this joint just to be popular and get some likes. You want the industry to love you.
Yes.
People can love you all day because you're saying there's a lot of negative people out there who love to hear certain things and will follow you because they want to.
They want to bask in their own negativity.
They want that too.
Yeah.
So you just got to realize you're a product. You're a brand. You're branding yourself out, and you want to be seen in every area that you aspire to get into, not be limited just being in clubs. If you want to be a TV star, you start networking with TV people.
That's what
you
it
want to
is.
be a movie star, you start networking with movie people. You start working on your movie stuff.
Yeah.
You want to be a branded guy? Start working on your products. Start following the products that you love,
Yeah.
and let them know you love their product.
Yeah.
They'll hit you back.
100%.
They'll DM you.
Yeah.
Hey, we love you too.
Yeah.
Hey, can we send you some product?
Yeah.
And you can post it maybe, and we'll give you da 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 da. That's how it works sometimes.
Little
you gotta
by little.
really think about you're a business.
Yeah.
You're
a
a business.
businessman. Bro, I want to be so branded. I'm about to get a barcode tattooed on my body. Just
What up?
scan
Yeah.
me, bro.
Scan me.
Scan me, and then I'll get uploaded right into your phone. That's what it is. Bro,
I'll go right to your damn phone.
Bro, what's the one thing? What's the rarest thing about JB Smoove is he's the very, very ultra rare, super rare, likable vegan.
Vegana.
Almost never meet a
vegana.
likable vegan, but
vegana.
JB is that guy.
Yeah, man.
Bringing vegans back.
Let me tell you something, man. People put that word on, the vegan word on, and sometimes it's not. I think people have made the word scary.
Yeah.
People made the word scary. And if you think about it, in all reality, everybody's a vegan.
Okay. How? Tell us how.
Because, look, I'll tell you why. Everybody, not everybody, but there's a majority of things that I could change, and you would never know I took it out.
Right.
You would would never know. You would never know I made you that pancake with no egg in it. You never know.
a good point.
I made you vegan pancakes. Guess what the banana replaces? The egg.
That's all.
That's all it is. All it's doing is holding it together and making it good. I could take that egg out, throw a banana, mush a banana up, put it in the microwave, let it get real syrupy, pour that into the mix, put some oat milk in that bad boy, make pancakes. You would never know that that's not. You would never know that's not a egg and dairy waffle or egg and dairy.
You might like
pancake.
it better, actually.
You might like it better. Stuff, man. Look, I can make French toast. I can make anything. Vegetables are. Look, man. You think that people who were in the wilderness, they always had meat?
No.
You think people who on open ranges always had meat? You know how many times they went to bed with no meat and they had
Right.
to eat their vegetables and their potatoes and their rice? They had to eat other things. Animals weren't always available. You got to
No.
catch that bad boy.
Right.
You got to catch them.
Vito, you listening to this?
Yeah,
Vito,
catch
you
that
better
animal.
wake your ass up and listen to what JB is saying.
People think that
He loves me too. He's about to eat you.
no, man.
He loves me.
No, and look, do you? But just understand that. Look, here's what you don't know. Nobody here lives in those factories and sees what goes on.
Oof, yeah.
You don't
You're
know.
right.
You get a magnifying glass and put it on that meat. Get you one of those joints you had in biology class, and have someone give you a list of how different bacteria looks, right?
Okay.
Before you eat it, right? Before you look into that microscope that's on your table and you put that sample of that meat under that microscope,
Right.
let somebody give you all the list of bacteria, right, that's going into your body on a list and how they look.
Right.
And then you look into there, right? And watch how many you recognize off of that list.
And we never see with the
Off
naked
that
eye.
list, and you never know what's going on. So understand that just like we had the COVID and all that stuff going on, and the bird flus and all this different stuff was going on, guess what? Animals get sick too.
Hell yeah.
They're just as susceptible to sickness as we are.
Right.
People forget about that. If right now, right, every chicken just dropped dead, right, and nobody knew what it was, would you still, because those chickens aren't the chickens that's already at Popeyes or already at KFC?
Yeah.
You know, those are new chickens. They died.
Yeah.
Would you still go to KFC and get chicken?
No.
Or still go to Popeyes? Or still go to a restaurant and get a steak if every cow just dropped dead and nobody knew why yet? But would you still eat the meat that's not that wasn't a part of that? And you say, no, I beat the death of all those cows, man. I'm
Yeah.
going to give me a piece of
Well,
steak
but-
tonight. Would you still go and
No,
get steak tonight? Even though you just saw on the news,
Yeah.
they just said, from this point on, don't eat any beef because we have an outbreak.
Bro, this is how sick I am. When I remember watching on the news when they were saying that in Pennsylvania they had found cases of mad cow disease, and I was in Philadelphia and I went to Wendy's an hour later and got a cheeseburger.
Crazy. That's
Crazy, bro.
But I said it because, look, man, I'm 58 years old. I'm only 5 pounds heavier than high school. 5 pounds heavier.
Could you imagine
than
looking this
high
good
school.
at 58?
58 years old, man. Pow.
Woo.
Pow. Look at this, man. I look good in the suit. I look good in my clothes, man. I ain't tired. I can run upstairs 3 times, man, right now with no
Hell
problem.
yeah. John
I'm telling
Kent,
you.
this piece of shit.
John through.
John Grady's through, bro.
John Grady's through. John Grady's done.
Vito's got gout.
Oh, you got
Let's
gout.
make fun
you
of
got
him.
gout all day, bro.
I do.
You got
Yeah.
gout.
We
I'm
got to
telling
get
you.
vegan. We have
And
to.
people don't really look. You might not notice it completely right now, but I'll give you another 15. Your health is gonna catch up to you because of what you eat and what you don't eat. I say both. What you eat and what you don't eat. You have to fill your body with vegetables. You have to, man. Even if I tell people, don't put pressure on yourself. 3 days a week, your blood work will change. If
Yeah.
you don't eat heavy, blood-filled meat, you know.
Bro, I'm going to start eating vegetables. I'm 40 years old. I'm going to start eating vegetables every single day at every meal. And in the next 10 years, I don't look like a beautiful black man like JB Smoove. I'm going back to
3
meat.
to 4 days, no meat. Watch
Yeah.
what happens. Watch what
Yeah.
happens to you.
Yeah.
Realize this: when you eat chicken, you gotta cook it because if you don't cook it, something else is gonna kill you.
Hell
Isn't
yeah.
that crazy?
Yeah.
So you gotta trust the person cooking the food.
Yes.
If they don't cook it right, guess what? You in the ER because they didn't
Right.
cook it thoroughly or wash it thoroughly. You got to trust every level of everything you eat.
What was the moment that changed for you? Because you used to eat meat, right? You were a meat eater like the rest
I'm
of
from
us.
North Carolina. Look, I done had everything. I done had bear, snake, raccoon, wild turkey, squirrel, rabbit. You name it. I don't had it, man.
Damn.
Look, I've had meat. I did this on Stern. I said, what do you think a snake is? A snake is a sausage. You can stuff all that meat into that sausage of a snake and eat a snake, man. I'm telling you,
Crazy.
a snake is a living sausage.
Yeah.
But
Hey.
I'm saying, I say that because, look, man, my wife hasn't had meat in 27 years.
Ooh.
Right? She's real. Now, she went vegetarian, which is you can still do dairy, still do egg. Vegan is a whole nother level. Now, she's been vegan 9 years. I've been vegan 8 years. Wow. I remember my last time having chicken. I was in Buffalo Wild Wings, man. I believe it might have been Cleveland or Columbus. You know how we do. We drop our luggage off. We go get something to eat so we can eat early before the show.
Yep.
My bags on with the Buffalo Wild Wings, man. Got my 10 teriyaki, my 10 barbecue, my extra celery sticks, sitting there watching the games, the scores of the games, trying to catch up a little bit before I go to the room, take a little nap for the show.
Right.
Man, I got halfway through those wings, man, and I just ripped some wings apart, and I was like, watching the game, and I said, damn. I said, wow, I'm over it. I said, wow. I just got hit with it.
Wow.
Now, I was already part-time, full-time.
Right.
I was part-time vegan, full-time carnivore for a long time.
Got it.
That means whatever my wife make at home, I eat that.
Yeah, you can't be married
Then
to a
I'm
woman
on
who
the
doesn't have
road.
meat.
Yeah, when I'm on the road, I eat what the hell I want to eat.
Right.
But then I just got shocked, punched into the face, like, wow.
Wow.
I said, damn, man, I only eat half of these. I said, damn. I just got sick. And I couldn't go backwards. I said, wow. I said, I'm over it. That's the last time I had meat.
Last time you had a bite of meat.
Last time I had a bite of meat.
Were you still drinking milk and dairy products for a little bit, or you just went
I skipped over the vegetarian and went straight to vegan.
almost unheard of?
Which is not easy for people to give up cheese, milk, eggs. It's hard.
So what the hell have you eaten today? What's your day of eating going to be like today? I want to follow JB
man.
Smoove diet for this week. Tell me what the day is.
Today is this morning. This morning, I made. I can make anything. I can make applesauce. I can make eggs out of mung bean. I do chicken fried oyster mushrooms, blue oyster mushrooms, chicken fried, and waffles.
You cook this?
Yeah, my wife and I, we cook a lot of food. Our Thanksgiving is bananas,
And it's all
Not
vegan.
one piece of meat and everything.
Wow.
We do sweet potato casserole, mac and cheese. I make a vegan meatloaf. I got vegan turkey meat that I love. Everything else, man, greens, anything. I do the cranberry sauce, everything. We have a full vegan Thanksgiving every year. People flock to our house.
Wow.
All hours. We don't even have meat in the house.
Wow.
Everybody who comes to our house, they know we're making vegan
What
food.
about
and
here?
They love it.
You-
Every time we have a party, guess what goes first? If we do we do an RV party every year, right? At the beach. I got an RV. I bring my big RV out there.
Yeah.
And I got the little patio on the back of
Right.
it. And we have 3 grills.
Right.
On the top of the patio is all, 2
Right.
vegan grills. And then down there, I put them off the
Right.
RV. They got to be on the ground.
Right.
So my man, he comes in town from New York. He do his ribs and stuff like that. But I keep it away from our food. Guess what goes first every time? All the vegan food evaporates.
Gone.
Evaporates.
Wow.
Because you can't tell the difference. People just put a label on it,
Right.
but it's food.
It's just food.
Broccoli ain't changed. Broccoli's vegetables. Broccoli ain't vegan.
No.
String beans ain't vegan.
It's just
It's just regular ass food.
That's all it is.
Asparagus. It ain't vegan. It ain't vegan. It's regular. It's
Real
the same
shit.
vegetables that's been around forever. Squash, potatoes. That's regular ass food. It's
What-
regular food.
what-
People get scared when they see the word. They still eat vegetables. I'm
He's
saying,
terrified of broccoli.
why are you talking
John.
about broccoli, cauliflower?
Look at
have
that.
Have you ever had?
And he's got the broccoli haircut.
He look just like a damn broccoli.
He looks like a vegetable.
like a vegetable.
Yo,
Just like
serve
like a damn
his
vegetable.
head on Thanksgiving with his old
a
vegetable
broccoli
head.
spear.
Yeah. But what do you do? What do you do when you're on the road? Now you're on the other side of the country. What do you do?
Man,
vegan restaurants.
There's so many vegan restaurants. It's crazy.
But in New York, but what if you're in Dayton, Ohio? Where are you going to find a vegan
you
restaurant?
gotta, before I land, know what I do? I start to Google.
Yeah.
And I put in vegan restaurants, vegan options, and believe it or not, man, it's way better than it used to be.
Interesting.
No,
Okay.
every city I go to has a unique place that I remember and I know. One of the best vegan foods I ever had was a place in Louisville, Kentucky called V-Grits.
In Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky. Man,
You would think you could get killed for that in Louisville.
Menu, oh my God, it was delicious, man.
Wow.
And when I did my show there, right, I had food. I sat there one day, I ate. Then the next day we were leaving town, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna get me some food.
Yeah.
I can eat it in my lap driving. And I
Hell
had to
yeah.
go to KC, somewhere, next city, whatever. And I'm driving, and I was eating the food, and I had they made me a ice cream float with their homemade orange soda. Oof. It was an orange crush. They called it orange crush with a scoop of vanilla vegan ice cream on top. Oh, I started driving. I was like 30 miles outside of town, and I started eating my food, and I started drinking that thing. I said, God damn it. If I was 10 miles away, I'll make a U-turn right now. That's how crazy it was. I said, yo. I said, how far am I away from it? I was going to make a U-turn and go back and get another one.
Wow.
It was that good. The food was that good.
But not all vegan food is healthy, though, right? Or it all is just healthier.
Look, man,
how do you look at it? How do you
people
justify
eat how they going to eat.
Right.
I know fat vegans.
Yo.
I know fat vegans. See,
Right.
That's why I said the word vegan is not important.
Got
It's
it.
how you eat that's important.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's how you eat. Your water intake is very important. You know, the amount of vegetables you eat is very important. And look, people still get high. You can still get high blood pressure.
Who's the most
If
dehydrated?
you put too much salt on your food all the time.
That's it.
Your sodium levels are going to go crazy. You got to really think about and monitor your intake a certain way.
Right.
And also don't eat past a certain time. If you say I'm gonna stop eating at 7:30, that's great for you.
Right.
Your body, that means you're still moving around, you're still doing stuff. The body gets a chance to digest the food.
Yeah.
And you're not sitting there just laying on a belly full
Can't
of
be
food.
until midnight.
Don't be lazy.
No.
No, don't. Yeah, and we got a hard schedule sometimes
Sure.
as comedians. So,
Yeah.
you know, so you got to work it off. But man, there's so many. I'm telling you, there's a way of eating even plant-based meats. I do it once in a while, but I'm not nailed down to it. I can make all that stuff.
Right.
My wife is my wife Shaw is an amazing cook.
Right.
And we both love to cook.
Right.
I used to be, look, you're talking to a former grill master. No, I used to be a grill master. Like, people came over my house and begged me to grill some food. Hey man, if we buy some food, would you grill it?
Yeah.
I said, all right, man, come on over. You know, and I'll put that on my grill and I'll just make some food for us.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Every Thanksgiving, I used to deep fry a turkey. Every year, I would deep fry a turkey.
Right.
People would go crazy. One time, I made 2, just because I had another one left over.
Oh shit!
People
You
were
deep
like,
fried
yo,
2
man,
turkeys?
they killed it. And I was like, yo. They said, yo, man, you might as well make that other one. I said, God damn it.
Yo.
And that's a process, man. You would deep fry turkey?
No, I never did it.
Man, you gotta look. It's a whole process now. Here's what I do. I go to the supermarket. I find the right size one, a nice size one. I gotta pick it up and hold it in my arm like a little baby.
Right.
I cradle it a little bit and see how it feels in my arm.
Yeah.
I can tell the weight. You know,
Smart.
then I hold it up and I smack it on the ass. Pow! like I just birthed that damn thing. You know? I take it home. You know, I clean it, wash it real good. People say you don't have to wash it because the heat of the oil is gonna kill all that stuff. Okay, I get that. I just feel better washing it a little bit and rinsing it off a little bit.
Yeah.
Taking out the little pack inside with the liver and the neck bone and stuff like that. I like to put my hand in there and I'll be fisting that damn thing. I clean it real good, make sure it's good. You know what I mean? And I pat it dry. That's dry. Then I start. Then you get the injector.
Okay.
It's a broth injector. I make my own broth too. So I used to make my own broth back in the day. I would put a little pan on the stove, put some little olive oil in there, a little butter in that bad, a little water, season that water real good, put the liver and the neck bone in there as my seasoning. And I would boil that, season it real good, garlic, put garlic cloves in that bad boy, some basil in that, but let that broth, nice big pot of broth. You get that injector. You know, it's a needle injector where just keep injecting the damn turkey like a damn drug addict.
Yeah.
With that broth. And the broth goes into every part of the meat.
Yeah.
And I'm just injecting the whole body, the legs, the drumsticks, the arm, everything. You know, and I fold the arms back like this.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, that turkey's now part of the family.
Yeah, it's like it looks like a founding father almost.
It's part of the family right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And I treat it with respect.
Yeah.
And I sit it up and I just keep injecting it. You know, like a drug addict. I just keep injecting that thing.
Yeah, light it up.
Log it up, man. Then I season the whole outside. Before I do all that, I already got my pot and stuff outside. Don't ever do it in the house. I do it outside on the patio and away from the patio, further as possible. Got my propane tank. I got my oil heating up real nice. You know, and don't put too much. You make sure you base it on the weight of the turkey.
Got it.
So if you put that turkey in that oil, it ain't gonna overflow.
Right.
It's a lot of terrible accidents with deep fried turkey.
Right.
People don't know what the hell they're doing.
Right.
You gotta know the weight of the turkey and the amount of oil we put in that pan. And man, by the time that baby's done, I let it sit there for a little while. Let him just like he just laying there. And then I take him. And I test that with a little sprinkle of water in my hand. See if it.
Yeah.
Put that hook on that bad boy and drop it in there.
Right.
I used to be a master of that, man.
Damn.
But I digress.
Now you don't do it anymore. See, that's the thing. It's not like you were a guy who you used to eat meat, cook meat all the time, and now you've went all the other way. So you're telling people it's possible.
I'm telling you, it's possible to do it. As great as I told that story of the process of it, I used to be a real meathead.
Right.
I was a real meathead, man. I was a North Carolina cat. I grew up on meat. There's plenty of times I went to bed with just eating meat.
All day, not one vegetable in your body all day.
Man, because you know, you're young, man. You just running. You just eating and going. You know?
Right.
I don't think I was even. I used to like vegetables, but I wasn't like going crazy over them.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Now you can't go a day without eating a vegetable.
Man, I get busy, bro. I love it, man. I think, and it's fun being creative without eating meats and just being creative in how you can make anything. I can make a hamburger, man, without even using hamburger. I can make a vegetable style hamburger. You would never know. It's just a matter of how you cook it and how the tenderness of it. I can make anything.
Yeah.
I can make anything taste amazing.
Dude. Amazing.
And my wife be killing the game. I'm telling you, our Thanksgiving is legendary.
See, my girl's Puerto Rican, so they mess with that meat, man.
They like that meat, bro.
So I would love for her to come downstairs and say like, hey, babe, I need you to go vegan for the next week. And she would look at me, start yelling at both of us in Spanish. We don't even know what she's saying. She started yelling.
I would love to see y'all do that experiment for a month.
Yeah, and see what happens.
And watch your body change. You know what? Go to your doctor before and go to your doctor after.
1 month.
And let him test your
That's what you know what we're going to do? What's today? November 12th? 11th? Let's go, the three of us, till Christmas. The next time we're going to eat meat, December 25th. Let's the three of us go in.
I would love to see you guys do that, man.
We're gonna get our blood. I'm gonna get us hooked up tomorrow. We're gonna get our blood taken. Everyone's gonna get their scores.
God, that's a great barometer.
Then we're gonna call JB Christmas morning when he's opening up presents. One of his presents is gonna be our blood work.
Your blood, bro. I'm telling you.
Let's see for 1 month.
If you can get the jump on stuff like that and know where your blood work is at, it's gonna save you a lot of headaches later, man, in life.
Because as we get older, man, you're gonna run into some problems.
Man. You want to be here. You don't want no ailments later on in life, man, that's going to cripple you and you can't do the things you love to do. Can't walk around Disney World with your kids. And you got to get into one of those wheelchairs, man, because your health just...
Yeah.
You beat your body up too much as a young person.
Yeah.
And that's all you want.
Yeah, because you know what it is, too? I realize, too, like, my parents are getting older now, and my father's lost a lot of weight. He's lost about 60, 70 pounds. He's going to Italy. He's doing all these things because he got his life back. And he told me something interesting. He was like, he's like, look, right now, you're a young man, fine. You have little kids, right? He said, so when you have the little kids, you want to be active. You want to play with them, all that. He goes, but really, your life, you don't really have as much freedom. You got it. Everything's about your children as it should be. He goes, but then comes a point when your youngest child will maybe hit their 20s or whatever. And then he said like him, he's like, then I sit here and he goes, you're a grown man now. You know, you're not calling for me every day. He goes, I have weeks free where I'm not going to see my son. He goes, so if my body wasn't in the shape that it was in, he goes, you know, as you get older, if you can keep your body healthy and you keep your finances well, you could. He was like, I could go see the world. He goes, I almost feel like I'm a kid again now because you're a grown man, and if I want to go to Italy for a week, I don't have any responsibility. But if he said if I was 100 pounds heavier, I wouldn't be able to walk. I would have lost my feet. He said so. He changed it all. But my dad, he went too crazy. He's not a vegan. What my dad does, he doesn't eat enough. He eats half a tuna fish sandwich a day, and that's not good either.
Intake.
Yeah.
He just
got to hit those vegetables, Dad. That's why he constipated for 3 weeks.
He needs some vegetables in his body.
You probably take the best Dookies you've ever taken since you went vegan.
What?
Yes.
I'll tell you, man. Everything's different. Everything's different, man. I'm telling you, it's different. And that water is very important. That water is so important, man.
Yeah.
The water intake.
They got to drink. That's the only beverage you have, really. Water.
No, I do other stuff. I do juices and stuff. I do a lot of green juices too. I love green juice, man.
Yeah.
A little apple in that bad boy, man. I love a good green juice.
Now, what about this? We were, you know, because obviously we're all big Curb Enthusiasm fans here. I love the last season. I thought the last season was amazing. Yeah. That last episode, or second to last episode, when Leon's character is, you know, catching up on Seinfeld. You say how much, you know, Kramer just busting into people's houses. You know, it kind of hit us all. We're like, oh, Larry made you the Kramer. Did you know that? Like when you guys first started, was he kind of telling you, hey, you're going to be my Kramer character? And that just evolved into Kramer. You just evolved into the Kramer of Curb.
Everything just became, you know, sometimes you don't know what you need or want until you get it sometimes. And I didn't even know I just thought I just was doing a season. You know, I didn't even know nothing about the future of Leon's character, but I came in for that role and not knowing what to expect. I just thought, hey man, it's great. I'm gonna be on this season because every season is different.
Sure.
Who would possibly know you came in for this season with your family and you would be the one that end up staying on the show? Period. You know what I mean? I had no idea about any of that stuff. So for me, it was always like. I always say this too, man. This is weird to say, but I say it all the time. Sometimes, and don't take the context wrong, but sometimes you got to take a job, take a friend, take a woman, take a boss. You got to be who you truly are and not actively do something, but just be.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the natural attraction comes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Without you doing anything extra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just do the job you're supposed to do. Come early, stay late. Listen what they want. Talk to the director. Make sure you're giving them exactly what they want every time. And more.
Right.
Make the cast laugh. Make the people laugh.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, whether Leon would have continued in the next season and the 6 seasons after, right? No one knows. But guess what? People got to know you were there.
Yeah.
They got to refer you for other jobs.
Yeah.
No, I always believe this is true. You get a job from a job. If you have that concept in your head all the time, I promise you, man, you always work to get a job from a job. That's the rule of thumb.
Right.
Every time I do a project, I'm really actively trying to do the best job I can do, because I know at any one of these people on this set, producers, directors, camera guys, can refer you to something else.
Right.
And listen, you got another job. You know how many jobs I got from being on Curb?
I could imagine.
I mean, crazy.
Yeah.
I done been on 5, 6 pilots. I done been in my own show. I done been it's crazy, but I truly believe you get a job from a job.
You're the guy, whether you're doing
whatever it is,
a Nike commercial or a local commercial,
you're
doing you're being JB because you're like, this could lead to anything. That's smart.
I've done I did a Nike commercial that never aired.
Right.
It was a LeBron commercial. Never aired. Right? Never aired. Because he had some other things going on, some other campaigns and stuff going on. We shot a whole commercial in Miami. The commercial was amazing.
Right.
Never aired it. Right?
Right.
The director was so cool. Me and him hit it off so well. Do you know I ended up doing like 3 or 4 other commercials with him because he kept recommending me?
Wow.
Same director did my Caesar campaign.
Yeah.
Same director did this AT&T March Madness commercial.
Yeah.
Anytime this dude gets something, he'll be like, yo, I'll do it. What do you think about JB? To play the main character. He'll sell me. Man, I appreciate him so much that
That's huge.
that's what I mean. You get a job from a job.
Right. But that's just because you raised right, have the right intentions.
And that's what Curb has done.
Right.
Curb
Right.
has done that, man. And I don't know. I never know. Sometimes I don't want to know. I don't know. I don't want to know the, why, the whys. Sometimes I just want to do it. You know what I mean? And I do think that, but see, that's another thing. With Curb, you can make choices because there's no script.
Right.
So whatever you say,
You're free.
you're free as a bird. I made a choice to say, Leon never watched Curb. Leon never watched Seinfeld.
Oh wow, that was you.
That was season. What's that? Season 8, the Seinfeld season.
Yeah.
Or not, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I made a choice and said, you know what? I'm gonna make Leon be somebody who never watched Seinfeld.
Wow.
If I made him like Seinfeld and love the show, it's different.
Right.
Now I got something to play with.
Yeah.
I can be like, even that scene, I was like on the set with Larry and we were watching them rehearse. I was like, who's that guy right there? And Larry's like, what? That's Jerry. And who's that girl right there? Oh, that's Elaine. So
Yeah.
Jerry tapping that? You know what I mean? I was just like, whatever. And then all of a sudden, Newman walks in the room. I was like, who is this fat bastard? You know what I mean? It just gave it some levels to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I knew that would come back at some point. So you plant little seeds with Curb.
Right.
Now I don't know what I think it's easy to compare Leon to Kramer because you see it on his feet already. But
Right.
I don't think that was ever the plan. I just think Leon was Leon and
Right.
Leon became his right-hand man. The storylines don't match.
No.
But, I get when people say, oh, maybe JB was Larry's Kramer, because, well, not really, because Larry was Costanza.
Yes.
That's Larry.
Right.
And then Jerry is with Kramer or whatever. But I know the context. Like, wow, this is that world, that type of character who's kind of comes in and says crazy stuff and does fun stuff, and then he's out. You know what I mean? Or whatever. He does his thing. But I get that. I get comparison.
What's mind blowing to me, and like what I just always think about, is because like Curb Your Enthusiasm is fascinating to me, because I think when you got on Curb Your Enthusiasm, you probably already in your late 30s, maybe even 40 or coming up. You were already doing comedy for a while. You're already in your, so it's like, it was wild that like, doing comedy as long as you had, already being a little bit older, you didn't even know that, Curb Your Enthusiasm, let's call it what it is. It's one of the most iconic shows of all time.
Yeah.
It is one of the most iconic shows that we remembered hundreds of years from now. It's just what it is. And you were 20 years into the game in your late 30s, and you hadn't even done the most iconic show yet. It's just wild to me how you must, because I would think like you sit here now and be like, because it's very easy to, at 38, been like, you know what, man, maybe, I'm never going to be on anything like that. And you don't work as hard as you do, or you're like, or you just settled into, I'm just going to be a road comic. I'm just going to live on the road, blah, 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 blah. But no, you're like, the actual thing that was going to define me was just coming up.
Yep.
So it's just
crazy.
amazing.
Yeah. And in turn, that's why I say you get a job from a job.
Yeah.
I use this example too. So I do a lot of commercials.
Yeah.
So this just shows you how you gotta present yourself all the time. And you gotta be conscious of everything you do and how it plays out. And sometimes you just have to wait for it. You know what I mean? So I did this is a whole different project, but I did a Audi commercial with Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
Of course.
It's an Audi commercial. Audi was the sponsored car in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right. So they brought me in, and I ended up getting the part, and I played his driving instructor, for this kid, just to sell the car, and we go on a driving test in the Audi. You know what I mean? So that was the commercial, right? And you don't think none of it. You do a commercial, Had a good time working with Tom, cool kid. A few years later, You know, that got me hyped though. The first thing I said was, man, I would love to be in the Spider-Man, in the Marvel Universe one day. I was in the audience watching, I think it might have been the Avengers or one of the movies. I said, God dang it, man. Because I like to throw things to the universe.
Yeah.
And when they come back and fall back to Earth, it falls back when it does.
Right.
You know, I don't like try to push it. I just like say something and just let it go. I said, man, I would love to be in this Marvel Universe one day. And lo and behold, like literally a year, 8 months to a year later, I'm on, they called me for Spider-Man Far From Home.
Wow.
And then I'm in Spider-Man No Way Home. So, you know what
All
I mean?
from this job.
From that job right there.
It was all the same people. Tom Holland maybe put in a word and was like, I want to work with JB
Telling
again.
you, I can line up a job from everything I've ever done.
That's amazing.
Because I'm telling you, you gotta sell yourself and you just gotta be a good person. You know, I met people who were on damn Pootie Tang, like interns, and I would always be nice to the interns. You know, even when I saw somebody else treating them terrible or whatever, I would always talk to them, and you know, sometimes I sit down and eat with them. Sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes I see these interns now, and guess what they are?
Directors.
Studio execs.
Studio execs, even higher.
You know,
Yeah.
every time I ran into people, they said, "Man,
Yeah.
remember me?" I said, "Oh yeah," in a little suit.
Yeah.
He said, "Man, you was." Man, I tell people all the time how nice you were to me on Pootie Tang,
Yeah.
or how nice you were to me on this commercial.
Yeah.
He said, "Man, I never forgot that, man." And now they bring my name up all the time. They'll be like, "I always recommend you for stuff." I said, "Oh, thanks, man. That's
Yeah.
good to know." And I'm telling you, I don't feel like I'm 58. I truly feel like I can play up and I can play down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, I can't go. I mean, I ain't playing no teenager, but I do feel like, here's what I think it is. Your likeness, who you are, this is a weird word to say, but but I tell everyone to think about this. Make yourself recognizable
Right.
in whatever it is. Make an impression when you walk in a room. Make yourself sellable. Make yourself recognizable, relatable, and all of a sudden, guess what? They don't even know you're 58.
Right.
They just know you. Weird word, not the context, but think about the word. You have to icon yourself.
Right.
You have to icon yourself, meaning you're memorable to people. And that's what it is. You have to, look, think about this. Think about that damn, remember that diner picture, that famous diner with like James Dean in there?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Elvis Presley and Marilyn Monroe. They're all in that same diner.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
All these cool people in that diner. And think about that diner, right? Think about, take like Elvis. People always remember Elvis like that.
Right.
Nobody ever pulls up the picture of Elvis in his later years.
No.
When he got fat and he got overweight a little bit. He was in that little suit doing karate and all that stuff in the baggy pants.
Yeah.
You know, the bell bottom. Nobody shows his,
Nobody shows fat Elvis.
Nobody remembers. No one thinks about him like that.
Right.
That's not the photo they pull up.
No.
They pull up young Elvis.
Yes.
They pull up the younger hair and the vibrant one, the iconic image of him.
Right.
That's what you want people to do. I believe that you have to work, and you got to lock yourself in at some point in a certain era.
Right.
And how people remember you is like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how they remember. If you can find a way to be remembered like that, not just industry-wise, but with people, how they think about you.
Right.
You know what I mean? When they tell a story and the story matches, man, he was crazy, man. Chris used to run around, man. Chris was crazy. I remember one night we were at the Boston, you know what I mean? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
You want people to remember that part of you, man. That story, that who you were and who you are in their mind forever.
Right.
And that's why I think it helps thinking about the job from a job.
Right.
Because how you leave people is how they remember you.
And the best way to get out there and get from fat Elvis to beautiful Elvis, go vegan. That's how you get there, baby.
Man, that's how you get there.
Yeah.
That's how you get there. But one thing about me, I never twist arms.
That's it.
I let people just be who they are, man.
That's it, man.
If you love it, you love it. Whatever you love, you do it. But if you can do it in moderation,
That's
I mean,
it.
there are people who eat meat who are healthy.
Sure.
You just gotta know in moderation.
Moderation.
Eat what you want to eat. but that's not for everybody.
Vito, what do we got? We got you got a question?
Yeah, well, you know, you were talking about Curb Your Enthusiasm before.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think about this till you were talking, but I remember the season you came on was Cheryl's last season as being Larry's wife, right?
Oh,
Because when at the end of the season, doesn't he end up staying with Vivica?
Yeah. Right. That's her last season. Well, I mean, she's been on the show, but
She's still there.
You
But
said
that
as
was
his wife on the show.
As his wife.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, like the show kind of changed its whole concept when you came in.
Yeah.
Because it went from being a show that was like this guy dealing with his wife to like Larry and you being the duo. And then also it brought in this whole aspect of like Larry and like you brought it up. You were talking about Seinfeld's always like slaying different ass. You're like, why is Jerry always getting all up in his ass? And then Larry actually became that person on Curb for the second half of the series. So did you see that change in the overall show and that it's almost like two different series from season 1 to 6 to 6 to 12, 7 to 12?
No, I think Larry became a single man and he just, finding his way, man. I think, but it gave us opportunity to explore his dating and me giving him good, bad advice on ladies and all that kind of stuff and his pitfalls of stuff. And I think somehow that played well.
Right.
Because now he's with a dude. He's a woman in that house with Leon giving him that kind of advice and hanging. Ain't no woman gonna want this dude living in the bungalow in the back of the house and coming in the fridge, having Leon written on his damn big gulp cup.
So funny. It's so funny. It's one of the funniest parts of the whole show. Jazz. Come here.
When you go out with Larry, do you have to like...
We got a quick question.
Because he's obviously not... The Larry David character is different from the Larry David in real life, but do you see firsthand the Larry David character come out in real life?
Oh, man, look, there's two Larrys. People always ask me about the two Larrys. There's TV Larry and there's real Larry, right? TV Larry got a bunch of shit, right? And real Larry got a bunch of shit.
Right.
Right? But it's still shit. It's just different kind of shit.
Right.
But look, Larry is Larry on the show. You gotta forget about that. Larry David is Larry David on the show. Leon Black is not JB Smoove on the show.
Right.
It's two different people.
Right.
So Larry's the only one. He actually said this in the panel one day. He said, we all play ourselves, but I think JB is not Leon. He has some cadence maybe. They don't dress alike, but they don't. JB doesn't talk like that all the time. Leon is Leon. JB is JB.
Right.
But he said everybody else kind of plays a version of themselves of their real self.
Right.
Right? And he said this in the panel. He said, JB's the only one I think it's harder for him because he's creating stuff in the moment that he wouldn't even say. He's saying dialogue that Leon would say.
Right.
I'm not saying stuff that JB would say.
Right.
I'm actually, Leon doesn't, I don't say that stuff all day.
Not all day.
That'd be
Yeah.
crazy. That would drive somebody crazy, I think, that character.
Yeah. So
all you think about is ass? You know what I mean?
So Jazz, we've discovered that JB is a vegan, and he's explained it to me in a way that I want to do it, and I want the whole Puerto Rican side. I want us here to start cooking vegan until Christmas, and I want your mom, to also get involved, and your Puerto Rican mom to cook vegan.
Never gonna go
I'm telling
for
you
that.
something right now.
Can you get the Puerto Ricans to do it?
I'm gonna tell you something right now. I got plenty of Puerto Rican friends, right? Let me tell you something. You go on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And you type in Puerto Rican food, vegan options.
Okay.
And you watch what comes up.
Okay.
You will create.
try it,
You will put
100%.
your spin on stuff, and you'll say, "Holy smokes! Look what I just made. This is crazy."
Yeah.
You still got your rice and all your, all the good stuff, and all of a sudden you start seeing options. You're gonna say, "Wow! I've just made a whole meal
Right.
out of."
But what
stuff
her mom-
that's not
So
bloody.
But what her
Go
mom's
on
gonna say,
YouTube and
I
let's
did
see
do
what
that.
you can make.
But what her mom's
You
gonna
can put
say,
your spin on anything. There's vegan everything. Now, if you like plant-based meats, there's plant-based shrimp. There's plant-based fish, beef.
No, I know. I'm
Everything,
vegan
chicken.
like for 5 years at a time.
They got some good options.
Your mom's gonna say,
they
well,
got steak. They got ribs. They got this rib company. Let me tell you something right now. It's so good.
We need that info.
If I didn't tell you it wasn't ribs, the only thing that throws it off is the bone is not real. The
Right.
bone is made out of this byproduct of meat. It's not meat.
Okay.
I mean, a byproduct of a vegetable kind of bone. You don't eat it, but you can eat it if you want to. But it's not a bone.
Yeah.
It looks like a bone,
Yeah.
and it's pliable. But them damn
Right.
ribs, you could do the rub on them, do the
They fall
sauce on
apart
them,
like real
marinate it. You put that bad boy in that grill, let it
Okay.
go for like 10 minutes on one side, turn it over on the other side, cut it
You
up.
have to send us some
It's like
videos.
regular
Are you
ribs.
going to be able to do it? Arroz con pollo
Are
with no
you gonna be able
pollo?
to do it? Why
Yes.
do I gotta
No,
do it?
you're
You're going to be
Remain in a
arroz
relationship?
con pollo
Man,
list.
you can do, I'm telling you.
You ever had a vegan chuleta? You're about to,
No.
boo.
My mother would slap me with that.
Look at that. Look at that. I'm telling you, every year I buy one of those vegan turkeys. And I
With
make
this
it.
thing?
See
That's
that
a
big-
vegan turkey.
You see the one on the top, right there in the top left?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They
Vegan
got,
turkey.
they got a vegan turkey company that's
Look at
pretty
that.
damn good. And
What-
it's delicious.
Jazz, we're going to do it till...
And no bones. And when you cut it like this. And man, look, I'm a gravy head too. I love some. Look, I can drink gravy. I'm a real comfort food dude.
Yeah.
I can
try
eat.
it.
No, I can eat gravy every day if I had to, but I don't do it. I won't do it every day. But I love
That's a
some
lot.
damn gravy. No, I love making my own gravy on rice, on
Yeah.
potatoes. And I just like sometimes I put gravy as a base, and then I put my food on top of it. I like
So we're gonna
culinary
have
stuff
you for
sometimes.
Thanksgiving.
No, his house
You're
at
gonna-
Thanksgiving, he said all
Man,
the
I
vegan
could pull
food
a
goes
photo.
first.
I could pull my photo up right now. If I could send a photo to you right now.
He's so passionate
my-
about it.
No, this is what we've been
Look
talking
inside-
about for an hour.
Look inside my coat. Look inside my coat.
Look
Hand
at
me that phone.
That's it.
Let me see if I can pull it up
Oh,
right
my
now.
God.
No.
John just throwing JB's phone.
Man,
John's wild today.
I'm gonna send you this photo. You're gonna trip.
We're going to trip out on this phone. Yeah,
No, I'm telling you, when you see this spread on the table, you're gonna lose it. I'm gonna tell you something.
we
Let me see.
got to go to JB's house for Thanksgiving. Maybe Thanksgiving 2025 we'll do at JB's. Are we invited? Thanksgiving 2025?
Come on. No,
coming.
come on out to Cali, man. I got you. I'm gonna show you this row of food. It's gonna trip you out.
You going to do it, Jazz?
You're gonna be like,
Try it.
If you airdrop it to John Grady,
John Grady.
no, if I tell you the kind of,
Vegetable head Grady.
oh my God.
What have we made that's like vegan? Like
Bagels with butter.
what?
Ah!
Or butter's not vegan.
Butter's not vegan.
They have a vegan butter that's incredible.
The only thing I
trying to
never
tell you.
liked was vegan cheese. I didn't like that. That's kind of
You
wild.
gotta get the right one.
You gotta find
There's a
the right
vegan
one,
cheese
yeah.
that'll blow your mind, and a nice cream cheese that's really good, and grilled cheeseable.
Wait, why
I'm
did
talking
you become
about-
vegan? Why did you guys
My,
explain this
my,
already?
my wife
Oh, I
has
missed
been
it.
Wife's
vegetarian or
vegan for
vegan
27
forever.
years.
Okay.
She hasn't
like
had
straight
meat.
vegan.
She
Like
hasn't
she
had
didn't
meat.
have like
No,
a
she hasn't had
day.
meat in 27
Okay.
years. She was vegetarian for a while because she loved cheese so much. Then she just said, "You know what? I can't do it." She dropped the cheese, she dropped the dairy, dropped the eggs, and she went straight vegan 9 years ago.
Okay.
Wow.
I went 8 years ago.
And your blood work is phenomenal. You're good to go.
That works great, man. Just had another checkup. That's the number one thing. You clear that blood up,
Yeah, see, I got high cholesterol, high blood pressure.
all that would change. I used to have inflammation in both my shoulders.
Yeah.
You know, we travel, we got kind of luggage. Man, I couldn't lift my arm over my head at one time.
Right.
I changed my diet. Inflammation went away.
You're good.
It just started gradually. Now I go back to the gym again. I can do everything I want to do.
believe it.
Man, inflammation. Imagine at my age right now, you know, before this, like 8-10 years ago, whatever, having inflammation, right? That's one thing.
Right.
But imagine getting inflammation in your knees and your shoulders when you're 60.
Yeah.
And you
that's
can't move around like you want to move around. You can't pick stuff up. Can't work around the house.
tough to come back
Can't
from.
carry your groceries in the house. It's like, you're useless.
Right.
Your wife pull up with groceries. You can't carry no groceries. Yeah. You're useless to me
Useless.
right
Piece of garbage.
now. Piece of trash.
Wait, so
Sit
what's
down
your
in the
excuse,
bed.
Chris?
Go sit down somewhere.
Huh?
What's your excuse then?
What? The what? Because I haven't changed to a vegan diet yet. Once I change to a vegan diet, I'll help out around the house more.
Chris was scouring Midtown Friday at 11:30 trying to find cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I was trying to find cheeseburgers, and then Vito was eating cacio e pepe with his hands.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going. So what's been confirmed, Jazz, is right now the three of us are gonna start the vegan diet till Christmas. We're gonna do that. Then we're gonna check our blood, and then next Thanksgiving, 2025, we're going to JB's house for vegan Thanksgiving.
Man, come on, man.
You're doing it too?
I sure how to get down.
Vito's gonna do it.
Apparently I have to.
If Vito's gout isn't flared up, he's gonna do it.
His gout isn't flared up.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would
man. Here
probably
we go.
cure that, right?
Who? No, actually, no, because they said right. Weren't you telling me
There's
there's
certain things like oats Like granola messes with it. But like I've eliminated a lot of chicken from my diet. I've been doing a lot of tofu. So I'm like halfway there right now anyway.
You did not do that at dinner on Friday night. At dinner Friday night, you were wild. Prosciutto, burrata, tiramisu. What the hell are you doing?
You were, first of all, you're the hardest person to go eat with. Because Chris doesn't like, what I've noticed about Chris,
Let me find my picture, man.
what I've noticed about Chris is Chris wants to eat bad, but he'll only do it if other people do it with him.
Yes.
So he starts pressuring you
Oh,
into, so he
peer
starts
pressure.
pressuring you into food. So he starts
Yeah.
being like, wait, you're not going to eat more than that?
Yeah.
No, come on, add some stuff to the table.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not going to get a loaf of focaccia bread? What are you, gay?
Mario Bellotto came up to me and said, I'm surprised you're not ordering more food like Chris does.
Yeah, I know. It's actually not good when
Tough
people.
on 'em.
And then I'm shocked when my cholesterol's 275. I'm like, the doctor's like, "Are you healthy?" I'm like, "I'm so healthy. I work
my
out, I eat
God.
vegetables," and then every story about me from friends is like, "Yo, Chris ate so much it made me like change religions." I do. I have a problem.
I'm trying to find this photo. I want you to see the whole.
Well, we could send if you can't find it, we could send it. You know, if you could send it later on, you could text it to me and I'll text it to
Yeah,
John.
I
We'll
want
put it in
you
the
to see
post.
the whole spread on one table.
Where you going, Jazz?
I gotta fix those flowers in the front.
Okay. You should eat them. They're vegan. All right.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
it's
all
wonderful.
right. So listen, guys. Oh, Vito got one more.
Just one more curve question for you.
Come on, Vito.
I saw a story you told where you were telling a story about having a real life curb moment with Richard Lewis.
Oh, that was so funny, man.
Do you have any other real life curb stories with Larry or Jeff or anybody where it's like you were like living a curb moment in real life?
With these guys? No, it's hard to find something with them.
What's the Richard Lewis one? I didn't hear that one.
Oh, it's cool. So, man, me and Richard had this fun relationship, man. Because we never had a scene together in Curb at that time. You know what I mean? We end up doing something together, like with the guys all together, but me and him by ourselves. So he used to call Larry the Hog. So Larry hogs you. And then we started laughing about it. I said, sometimes it's not. It's like, you know what? I said, well, it'd been a great storyline if Leon wasn't even real. Like he was some figment of his imagination, like Larry's Big Bird, and I'm like Snuffleupagus or something.
Yeah.
We were laughing at that. So one day I was and we just had this fun thing we did one time. We was in the Chateau Marmont, you know. So Richard he would go there all the time. He would right there.
Oh.
He would get the table in the corner. He says, always right at the Chateau Marmont. That's my little home. I right there by myself in the corner. I just write all my material. And then one day I had to go there for an audition one day. So I walk into the Chateau Marmont and like it's a step down kind of restaurant right there. So I walk in, I turn looking around like, had to wait for a little while because they told me to give them 5 minutes and they'll send me upstairs. And I look to the right and I see Richard Lewis all the way in the corner, right? He's right and he looks up. Because a while ago, like a year earlier, we had promised that we would get our wives together and have dinner together. And we kept saying, we're going to do dinner with the ladies. I said, yes, we got to do it. We got to do it. And we were in front of our wives. So we're going to do this dinner. Yeah. We're going to take the girls out. And then I walked in there and we just, I don't know, it went away. And then we never talked about it or we never brought it up again. I think we were waiting for each other to invite each other.
Yeah.
And then I looked on the right, I saw him. He looked up and saw me. And then we just stood there for like 3 minutes looking at each other, staring at each other. But then he stands up. He stands up and stands there looking at me. I'm looking at him. And slowly but surely, I start to walk down the stairs that go down into the restaurant. And then he leaves around the table. And we walk slowly to the middle of the room. And people are looking at us. It's a crowded restaurant. I mean, tables are full. It's not people running around, but tables are full. And people are like, people are looking at us, right? Walk real slow towards the middle of the room. And we walk to the middle of the room and damn near touch noses. And we were like, we started a full argument about who's supposed to call who and who's supposed to invite who to dinner with the ladies. And the blame game for like 5 minutes. People were freaking cracking the hell up, man.
Yeah.
They just watched this real moment between me and Richard. We were arguing about who said who. You said you would call me first. No, you said you would call me first. You mean tell me, man, we supposed to have this dinner with the ladies, man, and you never called me because you said you would call me.
Wow.
And people are like,
Yo, like it was a scene from
like
the
it
show.
was a scene. It was crazy. And we just started laughing, and then we just hugged each other.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh my god, that was so funny!" So
That's
crazy.
amazing. And it was like an unspoken improv moment. You
Just-
didn't plan that. You just knew.
Two
Crazy.
idiots in the wild.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Two idiots in the wild.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, man. So we, you know,
Richard Lewis was the best, man.
no, man, we lost, man. That's a legend right there, man. When we lost Bob Einstein, Super Dave,
Yeah.
we lost Richard, man. I was like, wow, man. And these are Larry. Look, you gotta realize, these are Larry's real friends, man.
For years.
This is real. Richard Lewis, him and Richard were born in the same hospital. They were in camp together.
They knew each other before they
No,
were in comedy.
They real friends.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Real friends.
Yeah.
Larry surrounds himself with people like that, man. And it's really amazing how old school cats did it, man. And Richard was a legend. I used to work at a perfume company for my first job I ever had was in a perfume company. And man, I used to isn't that weird? I used to be a perfumer as a 15, 16-year-old kid.
That's wild.
And wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's
My
crazy.
first after-school job in perfumery.
Wow.
Like a little Ray Murata.
Yeah.
75 years old. He was like, he must have been like 4'5".
Wow.
Little guy, man. Ray Murata.
Yeah.
Italiano.
Yeah.
Ray Murata, man. And man, and he taught me how to make perfumes and everything, anything involved in perfume. I worked in 5 departments.
Wow.
I would help him mix. I would do shipping. I would do filling bottles. I would do labeling. I would do everything, man.
Wow.
Like literally, I was a 16-year-old kid, man, who knew how to make perfume.
Yeah.
Was that crazy?
That's wild.
It's just wild, man. So where was I? God
Richard
damn it.
Lewis. He said when I was a kid.
So, Bob Einstein and Richard Lewis, man, when I was a kid, so when I would be working to keep the time go by, 'cause to make those boxes, you know, the little boxes that the perfume goes in, you almost can't be yourself. You got to be a robot then.
Right.
Because you got to keep doing the same boxes over and over again, keep making little boxes. And I would have Howard Stern show on. And man, I used to listen to Richard Lewis on the Stern show, and man, I used to be crying. I used to think that was the funniest damn appearances, man. And I fell in love with this dude. And I just say that because sometimes you end up meeting your heroes.
Sure.
And you want your heroes to be your heroes, man. And you don't know their true character. You don't know them outside of their profession. So it's always there. People always say, be careful when you meet your heroes because they might disappoint you.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Super Dave, Bob Einstein, Richard Lewis, icons, man. And freaking the people who you hoped they would be, they were. And I'm telling you, man, that's character that I had nothing but utmost respect, man, and love for Richard Lewis, man, and Bob Einstein, man. Those two dudes. When I tell you Bob Einstein was to tell me stories, holy shit. I'm talking about, people forget he wasn't just Super Dave. This guy was an accomplished writer on so many TV shows. He had a story for everything. He would tell me stories. I was sitting next to him in like one of the chairs, and he's just like, I'll tell you the story about I'm like, oh my God, please tell me. And he was telling me stories, man. I'm like fascinated by that era.
Wow.
That era of TV. He wrote for Sanford and Son, Smothers Brothers, all this stuff, man.
Wow.
Man, he had so many Red Fox stories, man. Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
He used to have me in tears.
That's awesome.
I would walk away. I said, man, that, sir, did not happen. He would say, oh, it did happen. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I said, what? And Richard, man, me and Richard, man, we just became great friends.
Yeah.
This is how great Richard Lewis is. It's crazy. So after I got Curb, right? I remember this because, okay, see, so what happens is this. I never like watched Curb the before it airs. I never wanted to see it before it airs. Because sometimes, you got to do a line here and there. But a lot of times, they'll go screen them and they'll watch all the episodes. Right. And I never wanted to see them because I wanted to watch the show as a fan. like everybody else, I would want to sit there with my wife and watch the episodes and my friends and watch Curb for real and not know what happened already.
Right.
So I would always want to watch it with everybody else. So I always didn't watch it. So when I got on the show, Richard he saw the episodes, right? And then it came on air and it started airing. Let me tell you something. Richard called me. He got my number from Larry, and he called me on the phone. And I tell you, Richard talked to me for 2 hours.
Wow.
He called me and just said, JB, look, we don't get a chance to hang out a lot on the set, but let me tell you something. And Larry Hogan, he hogs you. We all say, why don't we have any scenes with JB, storyline or whatever. He said, but let me just call. I just want to call you and tell you this. He said, you know what I call you? I call you Jimi Hendrix. I said, Jimi Hendrix? He said, you know Jimi Hendrix? I said, yeah, I know Jimi Hendrix. He said, Jimi Hendrix would go on stage and he would literally do Jimmy. And he would blow people away. He's opened up for everybody, Rolling Stones, anybody you could think of, Jimi Hendrix opened up for them. And Jimi Hendrix would fucking just murder. And everybody said, holy shit, this fucking kid, Jimi Hendrix is fucking amazing.
Right.
He said, I'm gonna call you Jimi Hendrix, JB. He said, man, I just watched the whole season. He said, you're a fucking idiot. He said, you're a fucking idiot, but you're fucking brilliant. I said, my heart just like started like, I almost fucking cried.
Right.
Because I felt like, I said, wow. I said, Richard, I don't think you understand. I used to fucking listen to you while I fucking was working in a perfume company at 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
15, 16, 17, whatever. Yeah, my first after school job. And I was listening to you all the time. On every interview you ever did, I just fucking want to see you. I said, to get a chance to work with my heroes is unbelievable. Unbelievable opportunity to work with my heroes. I was a Curb fan before I got on the show. Like, I literally said, I would love to be on this show one day. And my wife told me, you're going to be on that show one day. I could see you and Larry together. And all this shit had to happen. And I ended up on that damn show. Ended up coming in LA. A friend passed away. I came to LA. And one day I was here. One day I was in LA. And one day I got Curb. This shit was crazy.
Wow.
The show I dreamed of being on. And Richard Lewis called me. And I'm telling you, he broke down every fucking scene. And that's how in tune and smart this dude was.
Right.
He appreciates your take on things. He appreciates how you played something. He named every fucking scene. And I just sat there like this with the phone in my hand like, holy shit. Richard Lewis is on the fucking phone telling me how much he fucking loves my performance on Curb.
Wow.
And I take that with me, man.
Hell
And
yeah.
I said, wow. And at least 2 hours. We laughed and we talked about everything. It was like we went to acting school together. Just like we really broke down we just broke down the whole season, but we broke down, and I was just giving him how much love and he deserved, man. That dude was really genuinely amazing dude, man.
Yeah.
That was a hard one to lose, man. That's
course.
Larry. That's Larry's good old friend, man. And you could tell something like that affects you.
Of course.
I knew it affected Larry, man, because I remember when he was sick and he missed a season, they would bring him back. He would try to do some stuff, but he was sick for a long time. But man, let me tell you, it's so, and I say that in a wide brushstroke, is you just got to be real, you got to be true, because you don't know what curveballs are going to get thrown at you. It could be your health, it could be anything.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Right.
So just seeing that, man, and seeing, Larry lose one of his great friends, man, like that, and and these guys are the same age.
Yeah.
And you look at it like, whew, man, it makes you think about your own mortality when you're someone the same age as you work with, you love, you work forever together.
Right.
It makes you think about things, man. You can't not be affected by anything
course.
like that, especially when it's your buddy like that, man. But man, that dude was something else, man. That dude was Man, he
R.I.P..
was good. He was good.
He was awesome.
He was awesome.
Legend.
And that's what I mean, man. You gotta show up, man.
That's it.
And how they meet you is how they gotta remember you. So I tell people all the time, that's just stuff to put in your pocket.
That's what 90% of this game is just showing up.
Showing up, man.
Show up, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at us, man.
That's it, baby. We did it. Go see JB Smoove Thursday, Town Hall, New York Comedy Festival. What else, JB? Where else can people find you? What's going on?
We got Buy It Now on Amazon. We just dropped this amazing show, man. I'm the host of this Amazon show. Entrepreneurs come on the show. They pitch for 90 seconds to a captive 100 of real consumers. They get a chance to move on. If they get 10 or more, they move on to our panel of amazing celebrity entrepreneurs, which include Gwyneth Paltrow, Jimmy Siminoff from the Ring Doorbell, Anthony Anderson and Tabitha Brown and Christian Soriano, Tony Hawk. This is real, man. It's a great show. And they move on from our celebrity, and one Amazon exec is on the panel. So if they can move on from this amazing audience, move on to two of those celebrity judges have got to say, we love your product and we want to see you in the Buy It Now store. Buy It Now store is an exclusive store on Amazon where you go right in. And I always say it's a win-win-win situation. People say win-win, but this is a win-win-win situation. You get a chance to have your product judged by 100 real consumers. You get a chance to talk to some amazing entrepreneurs who have done it and who are doing it well right now. Billionaires on their status. And you get a chance to be seen by millions of people at the same time. So even if your product doesn't make it into the Buy It Now store, you have been seen. Your product has been seen.
Yeah.
And I tell everyone who comes on the show, what we just talked about earlier, I say, because I give them advice, because I'm Mr. Host. I don't have a horse in this race. I just want them to do their best.
Yeah.
And I say yourself too now.
Yeah.
Say yourself and your product.
Yep.
And and every last one of them who posted online, the show, we had 3 episodes air 2 weeks ago. We had 1 air last week. Every Wednesday, we are part of the game show block on Amazon. And yeah, the feedback I'm getting from them is, thank you, JB Smoove, for calming me down, making me relax, and making me do the best pitch I could do.
Yeah. Love it, man. That's it. JB, the king.
Let's go.